Before there were things like video games, many people like to waste time with word puzzles, crosswords, word searches, and you can still buy those in stores in the form of large books. You can also play them in video game form now. I've played and reviewed a good number of word search games for the Switch with the little name of Pougy attached, and a new word search just launched for only $5. Not in the Pougy series, but I felt like scratching that simple word search itch, so let's dive into it. Here is my review of Word Search Puzzle for the Nintendo Switch. When it comes to gameplay, this is a word search game. As you play, you'll select a category and solve word search puzzles, finding words in a jumble of letters with the goal of finding them all and completing the puzzle. Now to start things off, let's go into features and how many puzzles are here. This game lets you choose a difficulty in game mode between Classic and Blitz. Classic mode is just the way you've always done word searches. You have the grid and find all of the words hidden within. You can turn hints on to know what words are in the puzzle or leave them off to figure it out on your own. Blitz mode is very similar, but you have a timer. You go into a word search with 13 to 20 words and you only have 1 minute to find as many as you can until the timer runs out and you have to restart. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Then we get to doing the puzzles. You have 16 categories to go into, from animals and food to jobs and music. There are also 3 difficulty settings where each difficulty changes what words show up in the puzzle. The harder the difficulty, the more complex the words, essentially turning your 16 categories into 48 total puzzles. Unfortunately, this isn't a massive feat once we start comparing. If you look at Word Search by Pougy, that game has over 300 puzzles to track through for about $10, while this has 48 for $5. But this game does have some nice features that Pougy doesn't. You have a neat little grid and night mode in the puzzles to turn on a grid and change the background color, but most importantly, this game randomizes the puzzles. Whenever you retry the animal puzzle, you'll have to find the same words as before, but where they are in the grid is always mixed up to not just be the same exact puzzle every time you play. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of the pros end. This game is single player only, has no music or sound at all while you're playing. You don't even have sound effects when you clear each word. On top of that, you can't leave a puzzle before completing it. There's no save system. You gotta do it all in one go, or you have to restart from the beginning. But most importantly, there are no touch controls for handheld mode. And I find that last part very crucial because of Blitz mode. It expects you to get almost 20 words in less than a minute, and the average of 13 to 17 words in each puzzle would translate into finding and selecting one word every 3 to 4 seconds. Given the nature of the button controls here, I don't really find it feasible to be able to ever complete a Blitz run without a longer timer or touch controls for quicker selection while playing on the go. Now, I still find the word search aspect fun. I like a good word search. There's just a lot to be desired in terms of how they implemented this game's features. And when it comes to content and length, sure, we don't have the massive 300 or more puzzles of the Pougy game, but it took me a few minutes to complete each puzzle, so going through all the difficulties will still net you at least a few hours of content for only $5. Next is presentation. Visually, I think the game looks fine. The grids look good, and the option for a night mode is a nice touch if you're playing at night with the brightness down, so the white background won't blind you in a dark room. Performance is also good. Never had any issues with freezing or anything. And that brings us to battery life, which you are gonna get a lot of. Word Search Puzzle gives the original and light models a battery range of 5.5 to 7 hours, and the V2 and OLED get a battery range of 9 to 11.5 hours. In conclusion, Word Search Puzzle is a neat little word search game that you can grab on the eShop for cheap. Now on the downside, it's 48 puzzles and lack of features, touch in particular, make this a very flawed and weird little game that doesn't feel like it had a ton of thought put in how all of its options worked on the platform. But if you've played the other word search games the Switch has and want something a little bit different or just more, it certainly isn't the worst $5 I've spent on the platform, though it's far from the best. Reviews to Go rates Word Search Puzzle for the Nintendo Switch a 5.5 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.